The other essential thing that was been sort of forgotten about is that whatever they grew in the field or in the garden, there were many decades that they had to get their own seed. And so popcorn seed had to be acquired, sweet corn seed had to be acquired, field corn had to be acquired. They'd pick the biggest ears and shell them, and the same way they'd have to keep the wheat and the oats. And like I said before, 4 out of 5 were farmers. And the first decade, they pretty much had to grow a garden to feed themselves and their children. And then the decades following that, they had to grow enough to feed their 2 horses, and then maybe 4 horses, and then 5 cows, and then 5 years they had 10 cows, and then the hogs and the chickens. And so it was candidly, it was kind of a 24/7 responsibility like I said, there were a lot of farmers, and then all the farmers had the talent to be carpenters. And this little town had several carpenter crews that would make all the buildings. And back in the 1940s, 30s, 40s, every farm was around 100 acres. And after they were done clearing the ground off of 100 acres, almost every 100-acre farm had about 10 acres of woods. That was their source of supply. In case any buildings would burn down, then they would resaw that and get rafters and studding and not buy it. But all of the older buildings were made out of native timber.